we are back, and let's try and send some test data from the client side with the help of Postman. When we go to Postman, there's already some sample data I created earlier. It is arranged, these field names, surname, given name, gender, they're the fields we had in our model. So the endpoint is add student, and it's going to be a post method. Now we're going to try and send. Now hit on send. Okay, it's sending data from this point. Now let's go back to our VS Code terminal. Now you can see it's saying undefined. Interesting. Now let's attempt. Let me cancel this. I try sending another data. Let me try changing the name to Moses, for example. Let's try using that. Then I send. It says undefined. So now, the reason as why it might not be operating okay, now when we look at our post route, which is add student, async, where you're going to use the async and await. The const new student equals to new user model request.body. Now this creates an instance of our user model. Then now in line 17 we are console logging request.body. Now request.body, this is what is coming from the form side, from the client side of the form. Okay, now what this is containing is the values of the input fields. Now right now, as we are sending, we're having a jump. There's a block of undefined, and let's find out how we can unblock this. Now, we installed body parser, and unfortunately, we had not required it into our application. So when we come back to index.js, we're going to do this. We're going to require body parser. Body parser. Now we need to use body parser as a middleware in our application. Okay. So now let me put it. I'll put it somewhere here. This is our middleware. I'll say app.use. This is how we use middlewares, literally. Okay, so I'll say body parser. Now we need the JSON method within body parser. So this helps us to pass data from the form side to the client side. Okay, now let's try sending data. Let me see. Okay, so we have our post to send. Now, as you can see, our data is being sent from the client side to the server side. This is exactly what we had on the other side. We have the surname, the given name, the gender, and so on. Okay, now this is fine. But this data is of no use if it doesn't live in the database. So we need to present this and persist it so that it ends up in the database. So when we go back to our user.js route, our post route, which is add student over here. Now we need to save the data into the database. So this, I'll delete this. I'm going to do an await. new student, okay, dot save. Okay, let's try this. This is the method in MongoDB that does the saving of data to the database. So when we go back to Postman, let's try posting some data. Okay, our method is that post, endpoint is fine. So when I send, okay, there is an error, creation of student failed. Let's go back to our terminal. Okay, now it is good practice because right now when you look at the terminal, we do not get an error message that can guide us as we try to debug this. So it is really advisable that the moment you work with the server side, it is important to log your errors so that you can track and debug them. So what I'll do is, the catch error is firing because this is the message that we are getting from our browser side. Creation of student failed. So let's try and see why. So up here, I'm going to try and console.log the error. Okay, fine. Now let's try running this. Okay, when I hit send, yeah, this is the error as before. Now we have some debugging information. Let's scroll to the top. All right, user mode validation failed, given name, path given name is required. Okay, all right, now this, okay, it's leading us to our model. Let's go back to our model. Given name, surname, given name. Okay, all right, let's look at our test data again, because it looks like there's some errors, typing errors. Now up here, when you look at this surname field, I have surnames, and when I go back to my model, I have surname. So it is important to have the same field names. So this, I'm going to copy it so that I prevent some bits of typing errors here. Now this is supposed to be surname instead of surnames. I'm going to paste this here. Okay, okay, just a minute. Okay, suppose surname. Then let's go back to our, then given name, error, given name is required. Remember that one of the field properties we set for some of the fields was required. So required, it will not post the data unless you do put them in your body. So let's try sending some data again and see. Let me go back to body parser. Now when I send this, we're getting more errors. Let's go back. Okay. When you go back to the top, now given name has some issue. Now this is a given name, camel case. When you go back to, oh, now this is just, and now we need to change this so that they match. So this has to be capital N. So it is important to have all your fields equivalent to the ones that are in your model. Okay. Okay, I think that is fine. Let's try that again. Sending the data. Send. Okay. Okay, I think let me see. There's some more error. Okay, let me try restarting. NodeMon. Go back to Postman. Try sending again. Okay, so there's a success at this point. Now let's check our database. go back to Mongo's campus. Now, as you can see, we have our database created, profile me. And when we look at the collection, profile me is here. And when we look at the user models collection, you see that the data has come. Actually, we did send some multiple times, so let me refresh and see. Oh, you realize that the fact that our sending has posting multiple data, you can see the most recent ones are these ones, which are equal. Is this surname Moses, surname Moses? So looks like our database connection is working, so and we are capable of posting data to the database. Okay, this is fine. Now let's try posting another set of data. Now let's go back to Postman. Now this time around, okay, I'm going to say cancel. I'm going to change this surname to Ashe. Okay, the gender male. Okay, all right. Let me do sending. Posting, we are sending it to the route. Okay, let's go back to our database campus. Okay, need to refresh every time. Yeah, you can see now Ashe. Now I have noticed our skills field is not being sent. I wonder why. Let's go back to our VS Code. Okay, when I look at our skills, okay, the fact that it is not required, then that means skill, let me see. Okay, now there's skills the other side, and here we have skill. This is another issue. Okay, so let's correct this. So skills, there's an S missing here. Then let me look at project. Here we have project, but the other side we have projects. So this is supposed to be like that. Okay, let me do it. Let me try sending this. File TMP for now. Okay, let's try sending this. Send. Let's go back to the database. Refresh. Now you can see that we have the skills and the project fields included. So it is very important that you have your model in line and matching the fields being sent from the client side. Okay, so we have our data being sent. Okay, so now we are going to continue